Hey guys, it's me again, Small Archive, and today we're doing something I've never done before, so I'm particularly excited. I'm so excited! I have an addiction to whatnot. It's not a joke, this is not sponsored, this is not an ad. It was advertised to me not only by my social media, but by my own personal friends that actually referred me to the app and got me a $10 coupon. From there, my bank account. But alas, it's okay because I have deleted the app for my shopaholic habits. Cannot access it if it's not on my phone, right? Right. Unless I download it again. But during the time where I was actively purchasing a lot of things from Whatnot, I actually came across this Coach bag. Don't ask me what kind it is. The only thing I could tell you is that this is, I believe, a 2000s to 2010s, maybe 2020s, but I think like 2010s maybe, Coach Poppy bag. I got this on Whatnot knowing its quality. Don't think that I didn't know about what's going on here. And I'll insert some little b-roll of like what's going on here. But this was sold as a project bag, meaning that it is not in perfect condition. It has wear, it has tear, it has marks, and I was fully made aware multiple times actually before it was auctioned off during the Whatnot auction. I meant to look at this before I started the filming. I'm pretty sure I paid somewhere between $25 to $30 for this, knowing that I really love this one content creator on TikTok. Her name is Uni, which is funny because a lot of the friends I game with online also call me Uni. But she makes such like not just entertaining, but also really educational videos of her restoring vintage Coach bags that she finds at the thrift store. I was like, I could live my dream and recreate my own restoring my own Coach bag. Will this be as aesthetically pleasing and as professional as her videos? Most likely not. Like I said, this is my first time doing it, and I'm kind of just going based off what I've seen in her videos. So let's get into it, shall we? Just to let you guys know that while the exterior does have some roughness to it, the interior is actually like pristine perfect. There's no holes in the seams, there's no random pen marks or stains or anything on the inside. It's basically just the outside. Now, I did attempt to search the Coach bag number online to try and figure out like the exact style and name of this bag. And the only thing I got from this specific Coach bag number was it took me to like Japanese websites that I guess I could have taken the time to like Google Translate, like take screenshots and do that stuff. But honestly, I didn't get it because I thought it was like a grail find or it's gonna be the biggest like price flip of my life. I got it because this is giving the energy that I kind of want to give more, which is like early 2000s baddie. I was born in the 2000s, which means I was giving 2000s baby, not baddie, but I don't care if it's 2026 and we're pretending that it's 2016. I'm pretending that it's 2006, okay? It's a shape of bag that I've never had before, and honestly, I just thought it would be fun to like try and restore this bag. Even if I don't get it perfect, just to know the much love and care I put into trying to make her come back to her true self. Like, I'm already in love with the bag just thinking about the love and care I'm gonna put into her. So even if she's not perfect, girl, that's what patches, pins, and bag charms are for. Let me show you what all we have to get her restored. Like I mentioned, Uni has made a lot of videos on her TikTok restoring bags like this. So I actually went to her Amazon storefront and bought things that she uses in her videos. So the first thing was this horsehair brush kit. It comes with these 3 brushes as well as this polishing cloth. I did get Brasso, which cleans and polishes metals. So this is gonna be more for like the hardware of the bag. I got this saddle soap scrub. She literally calls it saddle soap scrub. Well, she doesn't call it saddle soap scrub, but in every video, she's like, get through that wear and tear with a nice saddle soap scrub. How she says it is really satisfying, but we're using this saddle soap to give it a saddle soap scrub. I also have this cup and 2 toothbrushes for the strap. The longer strap is cloth and not leather, so I may make my own mixture of like warm water and dish soap to scrub that strap because it has a hook on one side to detach it, but the other side is like, I don't want to say grommeted, but it's like factory sealed. It's not factory sealed. I don't know. It has like a button that I can't unbutton to take it off fully. So we'll just do a little scrub there, see what we can do. My dad let me borrow these 2 bottles that he has used to clean leather seats in his car. I have the Lexol Leather Deep Cleaner and Lexol Leather Deep Conditioner. Even though he's used them on his car, it does say use with confidence to clean leather, auto upholstery, saddlery, boots, briefcases, luggage, sports equipment, shoes, furniture, and handbags. So I think it's still safe to use on this bag. I'm not saying that I don't have the most utmost trust in this saddle soap, but some of these marks don't look like wear and tear. They look like metallic Sharpie marks on them, you know? So like in case the saddle soap isn't enough, we've got some backup help. And then I also have my Q-tips. I keep them in this Hello Kitty Crumb Shop jar. These are gonna help me to get into like little nooks and crannies, especially whenever I'm cleaning like the hardware or like any folds in this bag that I just can't reach. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is actually take off the hang tag just so it's not in my way while I am working on the main like body of the bag. Because if you're seeing this hang tag, I honestly think the quality of the hang tag is better than the actual purse, which is kind of crazy, but yeah, we'll put that somewhere safe. Since this was recommended to me by like the video, well, it wasn't recommended to me. She doesn't like actively try to sell these products, but this is what she uses in her videos when she's restoring. So this is what I'm gonna attempt first before I even like think about breaking out my dad's Lexol deep cleaner. However, I did not buy the like conditioner or like moisturizer she uses for her bags, so I probably might tap into my dad's the conditioner, the Lexol conditioner. But we're gonna try this first. You guys aren't seeing it unfortunately, but I'm dipping the brush. I just dipped it in some water, and what she usually does is she just goes in a circle to pick up the soap. Got it like that. And we're just gonna get started with this little section right here on the bag. This is what I'm gonna try and tackle first, so wish me luck. I can't really tell if it's doing anything, but I feel like I've committed now, so there's no going back. I don't know if you guys hear the ASMR of brushing this, but I think it sounds nice. Gonna get nice and in there, but we're not getting too rough with it. And then after that, I don't know if you guys can see, but it looks pink on the brush. Now I'm nervous. I also have this towel my dad said I could use. He said basically you're gonna like dip it in the water and then wring it out. So let's try that. Bro, this feels wrong. Now I'm second guessing because I see the pink on the brush. And he said you don't want it to be like damp. You want it to be moist. I didn't even ask him if this rag that I grabbed was a clean one. I just grabbed it literally from his like auto stuff. So now we're gonna do a little bit of this to like wipe it off. So I'm doing a test section on the front of the bag. Isn't that so smart? A test section on the front of the bag. Okay, respectfully, I don't think the saddle soap did anything. I think it did something here. I think it picked up some color of the bag. As you can see from some close-ups, like I see marks like this, and I thought that was like some darker stains, but after using the saddle soap, if I can put a before and after, I will. I can't tell if this is like darker stains removed or like color from the bag is removed. I'm gonna try and bring it up closer to the camera so you can see. Does that look like colors being removed from the bag, or like a dark stain is just cloudy on the bag now? I'm nervous. I think the next thing I want to try and tackle is the silver line, because I also don't know if this looks like less silver or not. But maybe we try the Lexol deep cleaner this time and see what happens. I'm gonna read the instructions. Test on a small hidden area before each use. The type and condition. Yeah, maybe we should try to use this like on the back of the bag, because there's definitely areas we can attempt it on. Let's try it again in like a top area right here where there's some of this black and some of this silver. The directions say shake well, apply cleaner to a clean, damp cloth or Lexol applicator sponge, rub briskly onto leather to clean entire surface, use a damp cloth to wipe away foam and dirt, towel dry. Well, this is already damp, so we just spray this directly onto the rag. So let me get it in like a nice fold, I guess, and then put it mainly on this little corner. Brother, huh? Oh, there it is. Okay. Wow, that's thicker than I thought it would be. Oh, the cleaner itself smells like leather. It's crazy. I've been standing, now I'm gonna sit. So that way I can like focus on this. We're gonna focus this area. So before, let's see if it's gonna do anything this time. Please don't be picking up like pink. Hold on. I don't know if I'm like gaslighting myself, but I feel like nothing's happening. I fear nothing is coming off this bag before. Like I'm definitely like scrubbing it, you know, and like nothing's coming out. Use a damp cloth to wipe away, towel dry. Okay, we're gonna use the other side to wipe away, and then it says towel dry, which I don't have a dry towel, but I'm in my kitchen, which means I can grab paper towel this dry. Sorry, this bucket's gonna move as we go on. It's dry, and dare I say, this little area here looks exactly the same. I can't tell if this is different. This feels different. I'm gonna try the saddle soap on the back. I'm not gonna give up on the saddle soap, and I'm gonna focus on these black spots specifically. So we're gonna focus on like right here. Saddle soap. I'm doing a dip in the water again. I still have some older residue. I don't know if I should wipe that clean. I'm actually gonna use this to wipe this clean, I think. Go. It definitely picked up some of the color last time, I feel like. Well, this is the back of the bag, so I will try it again. We're gonna do some circles in the saddle soap. I feel like I picked up too much, but you know, that I guess. And then we're gonna focus mainly here. I think I put more soap this time than my first attempt. So if this yields better results, maybe it's that I was too light with the soap the first time. Let's see. It's definitely picking up color. That makes me sad. This does maybe also have soap on it, but let's do some wiping here. Oh my God. Wait, I think it is taking out the black spots. I thought oh my God, wait, it actually worked on the black spots, guys. Are you seeing this? This is definitely like, those black spots are gone. I will say, it does also look like it's taking off color of the bag. But those black spots that were there, they're gone, baby girl. They're gone. Hold on. Oh God. Okay, so here's what we've learned so far. We need to be a bit more generous when using the saddle soap. But I can't tell now, are these silver spots actually marks from like a marker? Or is this spots that the pink has like come off from? We're learning so much, guys. We're learning so much. Like, look at this versus this. This is what it looked like. This is what it looks like now. And obviously it's not looking perfect, but I'd rather it look like this than look like I've got tiny little doo-doo stains on this bag. I do feel like it's picking up some of that pink as well, which is making me nervous of continuing, but I kind of don't hate that faded pink color, which is weird. But I almost want to say that this silver is from the color coming off the bag, now that I think about it. If we can't figure out how to get these silver marks off, but we can get these black marks off, I think that's a win for me. So I think we're going to continue forward with the saddle soap, and it's definitely taking off color of the bag. Holy, I should have done more research before doing this. Okay, I'm back. I have a towel for drying specifically, and while I was getting the towel for drying specifically, I did have an idea. I do have this other smaller little brush. I'm thinking we try this brush with the deep leather cleaner on the silver, just to really give it a solid shot before we say that this isn't gonna work. I wanna give it a fair shot, because we attempted using more saddle soap, and that worked, and we used it with a brush, and we didn't try using the cleaner with a brush. Even though it does not say to use it with a brush, it does say to use it with a rag, but you know what? YOLO. High risk, high reward. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? I'm even gonna go over this spot one more time to see if it fades even more. Again, this is the back of the bag. So like if there's a big faded spot right here, this is the side that'll be against my body. So that doesn't even matter that much to me. And there's a black spot right here. So we can really test it against this one black spot that I missed last time. But it does not appear to be doing anything against those silver spots. But I think it actually worked on this black spot up here. Let's use our damp rag. See, it worked against the black spot. I don't know, guys. That looks like it cleaned without taking off any color. We'll test it, just so you guys, we can double check. I will dry off that brush with a white paper towel so it'll be easier to see than that towel, but then I'll probably use the towel for the rest of this. I'm gonna wipe it dry. I'm gonna wipe the bag itself dry with the towel, but the brush, we'll check to see if it looks like there's some pink coming off here. Okay, freshly ripped paper towel. Oh, guys, hear me out. We ditched the saddle soap and we used this brush cleaner my dad gave me. Because as we just saw, there was like a black spot here. I don't know if I brought it closer to you guys. There was a black spot in this little corner here. And when I used the Lexol with this brush, it was doing wonders. Like, I feel like when I cleaned this part with the saddle soap, it's leaving some kind of shadowy effect. Whereas with the Lexol, it's not doing that as bad. Like, this feels like color coming off. This feels like cleaning and leaving color. So maybe the saddle soap is a little bit too intense for this type of leather. Maybe this is for like true vintage Coach from like the 90s and stuff. But maybe we just use the Lexol. I think I'm going to use that for the rest of this bag because it feels safer and less like color fadey, which I wish I attempted that first with this first panel up here, but I never really think that well. I might try the Lexol on top of that because it still feels like there's some little bit of black remaining up here. I'm gonna put a little bit of the Lexol directly onto the brush and let's give her a go. Ooh, I think my brush was maybe too wet this time. Seems very sudsy, but it looks kind of fun. I don't... Oh my god, wait, why do I think it looks better? But also it's not dry yet, so we can't be totally confident until it's dry. Damp towel. I feel like that looks better even going after the saddle soap with the Lexol. I think that looks better. Like, it doesn't look as bad. Guys, we are not touching that saddle soap for the rest of this video. We are gonna continue on with the Lexol. Obviously, it's not like a full 180 fix because I feel like I already had the damage done with the saddle soap. And now that I'm like shifting it in different lights, it's still very obvious there were 2 marks there. But I feel like, I don't know, I just think it looks nicer. And it may not be picking up on camera, or it may look like worse on camera, but if it's just me being like completely delusional, I'm okay with that. So we're gonna focus more on the back of the bag because on the front, it's more of those silver marks rather than the black marks that we have back here. So we're gonna work on those black marks and see what happens. We might do a little bit of like a 2x speed or whatever while I work on the rest of this back of the bag. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy. All right, here is our current back of the bag. I'm gonna try and do like a side-by-side comparison of what it's looking like now and what it looked like before we started. Obviously, you can still tell where these black dots were, but they're so like much more faded that it does not bothers me as much. There's more of that blackness like up here and like here. So now we're gonna adventure to the front of the bag. Huh. I'm gonna use a Q-tip to get through that loop. So there's definitely some soap in there. Ugh. The color is definitely coming off. Well, I got this bag knowing it would be a project bag. I don't know why I thought I would yield better results than this. I was very confident in what would to come. But the front of it honestly does look a little bit better. Obviously, most of the spots were on the back, which was the best thing ever. I wish I didn't test the saddle soap here first, but I don't think it looks that bad. So I think we'll be okay. I might see if I can look into, this feels like metallic Sharpie, does it not? I might search how to get metallic Sharpie out of leather. Give me one moment. Okay, if this doesn't work, we're giving up on the silver. In my mind, the silver looks like metallic Sharpie. I don't know what else it could be. That is my best guess. According to Google, well, not even according to Google, according to Redditors, one of the ways you can go about trying to get that out of leather is using rubbing alcohol. I don't have rubbing alcohol, but rubbing alcohol, as I've learned from Google, is diluted isopropyl. Now, it did say to use 99%. The strongest we have in this house is 91%. So I did the same ratio as if it was 99%, but just use what we had. We're definitely testing this on the back of the bag, and we're going to use it with a Q-tip to keep it small and controlled. Now we just got to choose which mark we're going to do it on, and I feel like the easiest that we could visually see it would be on this mark right here. This is the most opaque spot on the back. I am okay with testing it here. We are going to dip this Q-tip in our mixture here and attempt. Oh my God. It's actually working. It is also picking up the color of the bag, but guys, the silver is actually gone. The silver is gone. Now, I will say, it did also pick up some of the color of the bag. Now we must ask ourselves the question, would we rather have dull spots or silver spots? Because as you can see, there is a lot of silver spots, but I could always look into how to dye the bag after I've cleaned it. I'm gonna go in and get these silver spots out my bag. Yes, ma'am. Cue time lapse. Okay, I think this is the best we are going to get with some of these. I will say, while it seemed very promising on this side of the bag, this side of the bag is being very, I don't know, como se dice, stubborn, difficult to work with. It's really weird how one side of the bag it seems to be pretty successful with, but on the other side, it's doing shit like this. Like, girl, don't piss me off. Again, this is the back of the bag, so it's not like, you're gonna see it that often. Like, if you're wearing it, they're gonna be seeing this side. Just because based on my fear on, like, how the back is turning out with the rubbing alcohol, I think I might just leave these silver marks alone, because I would rather it look like this than it does on this side of the bag. But then I will never know if it could turn out like this side of the bag, where it genuinely does not look that bad. It's like it goes pretty good to could be better to dear God, what happened over here? Like, I genuinely thought I found the solution, and like it's almost as if I've created a whole new problem attempting it. But I felt like I'd already committed to using it on this side and here, so I felt like I had to keep going over here. I don't want to risk something like that up here. I might test it on a small one. We're gonna try it on this little spot right here. I'm being very gentle, very light. Now I'm being a little bit firmer because okay. Now I'm gonna wipe this dry like that. That's fine. That is fine to me. Okay, so on camera, you can really tell where it was still. But I promise you in person, actually no, that's the one that was above it. It was actually right here, like right where my thumb is. It was right here. So that one was a success. I am terrified to attempt this one, but maybe, just maybe, we go for it. That's what this bag's purpose was, to go for it, to try it. Let's just attempt. We will attempt. Slow and steady. Just gonna go on the end of it here. Okay, it's being stubborn. I'm not gonna try and make it do anything else because I fear, yeah, it's already looking like the cloudiness that this side was doing. So I'm gonna leave that like that. Before we move on though, I do want to go ahead and do this deep conditioner because it did say if you're gonna try the rubbing alcohol thing, really go into the conditioner after. Let's focus this more on the back because that's where we did a lot of our work today because that was like the test section. There it goes. We're just gonna massage this in. Whoa, why is that almost like bringing color back into this bag after I felt like I was rubbing it off 60 million times? Really give her a lot of loving, make her feel loved and appreciated, melt into her wear and tear and all of that good old scrubbing we gave her earlier. Let's give her this nice little relaxation and moisturization, especially after using that rubbing alcohol on her. Bro, that's almost like night and day how much that color kind of almost bounced back after doing that. Like obviously it didn't just like erase everything, but whoa. Okay, we'll flip her over. Put it right there in that little front. That was the cleaner. Oh my god, there's no way I just did that. Wipe her off, wipe her off. Wipe her dry, conditioner. Yeah, get her nice and moisturized. After a few minutes, wipe off excess. After a few minutes, that's so specific. Thank you for letting me know. She looking pink. Look at that. Woo. I may not have cleaned her entirely, but do you think I should condition her entirely? Give her a full like conditioner, even though we didn't like scrub too much on the front? Nah. I feel like everywhere of her deserves a good massage. Give her leather some much needed TLC. While it's not a perfect restoration, I am proud of what we did get out. Like those black spots coming out, I think are the biggest win of today. And if this moisturizer really brings back some of that color and shine that I was scared we lost because of maybe being too rough with her, that would be the next big win of the day. The front of the bag, listen, this, and this, we can figure out something to do with her. Do our own little design up here. So I don't want to wear this leather anymore, attempting to clean it again another day, especially after what we've learned from the back. But again, this is the side that's on my body, so I don't care. Also, this is an old bag that's definitely been through a lot, so to expect it to come back to as if it was brand new, completely improbable. We're gonna brush this out to buff out that conditioner. This is what I see Uni do in her videos when she's buffing it out. We didn't really make any attempts to clean the bottom of the bag, but listen, the bottom of the bag is none of my business. Let the front sit a little bit longer before we get into that. And while that happens, I'm just gonna go off to the side here, clean these brushes. All right, let's give her a nice good old buffing, starting with where we moisturized first, since we did this little panel first. And let's get into the rest of the bag. Based on the way this bag feels, it doesn't feel like there's any extra, well, maybe in this little corner here, but that's kind of how I'm going based off of buffing it out properly. If I feel like there's some extra stuff going on, because I've never buffed anything before, but she's genuinely looking kind of pretty to me. I'm not gonna lie, chat. It's making me feel a little proud. So next, we're just gonna work on this hardware and this strap. I think I'm gonna use a toothbrush with the brasso, and instructions say, okay, so it actually does say to use a rag or a sponge, not a brush. But I feel like because of some of this grime that's on one of these has some like real gnarly grime. It's real sticky. I feel like a toothbrush would be better. And then we'll go in with a rag after. But it did say slightly damp, I'm pretty sure. No, soak. So let's dip this in water. Put a little bit of brasso here. I don't know the texture that brasso is, so I don't know if it's gonna be thin or thick. Oh, it's thick. Ooh, that smell is rough. And let's just get to work here. Oh yeah, it is already breaking down the gunk that is on this so well. I hope it's fine for contact with skin. I think it's fine. I don't see why it wouldn't be. Like, look at that already. That's looking freaking epic, dog. Jolly good. Genuinely, like, jolly good. Okay, let's check the other ring. Ooh, actually, no, I think this ring is worse. That looks like some of the pleather, or not pleather, the leather is actually stuck on here. So I don't know how well that brasso is gonna get that off, but we're gonna do the same thing we did on the other ring. We're gonna do toothbrush first and then cloth and go from there. This side, while visually not cute, isn't sticky. Maybe it was, and that's what made this stuff stick to it, but it doesn't feel sticky now. I'm actually not that pissed if it doesn't come off, but since I got so much of the other side off, I really do want to get a good bit of it off. Let's see. Yeah, this one's been a bit more stubborn than the last one. I think I got a little bit of it off. Not as much in one go as I did the last one. To the towel, like it actually wants you to. And attack! Should probably don't follow anything. I should have said this since the start of the video. Don't follow this like a guide. Obviously, I don't know what I'm doing. So if you're following me, this is just the blind leading the blind, babes. I think this is the best we're gonna get. Like this bit is stubborn. I feel like I did get some of it off though, because it was pink and now it's white. It hides real easy in here, so that is a-okay with me. And knowing me, I'm gonna pick at it for 5 ever. The front rings literally seem like totally a-okay fine. It was literally just those back rings. So I'm not gonna do it with the brush. I'm just gonna do like a quick little polish with the rag on them just to get them a little bit purty. Okay, now we're gonna go over all of them with a dry rag, starting with our troublemakers. Look at that sparkly prettiness. I probably didn't polish them right, but I'm at the point where I'm in the middle of my project where I'm tired and I want to be done with what I'm doing. And what we have left is the strap. I have cleaned fabric many a times. So what I'm gonna do here is nothing new to me. This is soapy, warm dishwater. Emphasis on the water being warm. 1 cup water to, I eyeball the dish soap these days, but there is a ratio if you Google it, and a splash of some alcohol, just because I felt like that would do something. I've done this many a times on like sneakers and like other fabric stuff, so we're just gonna time lapse this. So let's go. Okay, this is where we're gonna end with the strap because I'm tired and I know my sister's gonna be home and needs the kitchen. So I purposely didn't scrub the back so we can compare if I actually did any cleaning on the front versus the back, which I fear the answer might be no. But honestly, I think for today, that's a wrap. To give this bag a true fair shot of glory, I am going to let it settle overnight, especially since the strap is very much still wet at the moment. I'm going to let it air out to dry overnight. We'll revisit this in the morning and we can determine then, once everything is dry and settled, if I consider this to be a success, a failure, or good enough for me. Good morning. It is the next day. It's actually the day that I'm gonna be ticketing for BTS. That video for you guys has already come and gone, but I still haven't gotten my tickets yet today. So let me know if I got those, would ya? Now that the bag is fully dry, I'm not gonna lie, it's been just out in my kitchen and I've snuck glances here and there. Like, it's not a surprise to me. I'm the one that attempted this restoration. But might I just say, I think I did pretty well. I think where I last left off the video, I said I would decide if I succeeded, failed, or if I felt satisfied. I will say I feel satisfied. I don't know if I can call it a success if I didn't get every single mark off. Like, I should have set guidelines of what each of those meant. Because if you ask me, I feel like I succeeded. I know the back was probably the worst part of everything with this silver paint or marker or whatever that's on this bag. But it really faded a lot after drying overnight. I'm gonna obviously include little clips here before and after so you guys can see like the difference from before I even started restoring to what it looks like as I'm looking at it right now. And honestly, the bag, I'm happy with this. I can work with this. I feel like it is, I don't want to say a complete 180, but it's definitely substantially better than what it was before, especially with those nasty looking black marks. I have all the tools to attempt this again if I ever wanted to, but if people are looking that hard on my bag and they're like, hey, you got something on your bag, now I have a fun story to tell them and be like, oh yeah, I actually got this bag and it looked 50 times worse, but this is what I could manage after restoring it myself. And it was the first bag I've ever restored or attempted to restore, and I genuinely think this looks cute. And I am very much a decorative person, so with the front of the bag, I can already see with all these little hoops and dangles, opportunities to put little bag charms and keychains on this. I really want to give this bag like Y2K baddie diva vibes. When the bag is unzipped, it does this really cute like folded thing that I realize it doesn't do when it is zipped, but my stuff would be more secure zipped. But just look how cute that looks. Are you joking me right now? I love this shape. So if you see me see me out and about with my bag this shape, just know I'm holding on tight. I will say before I did some cleaning, the inner lining was like perfectly clean. There are some marks in here, but obviously that's from me using different soaps and whatever. Girl, that's fine with me. I'm sure I could get that out if I so desperately wanted to, but like the inside of the bag, that's where my junk's going. Y'all don't need to see all that. So I'm gonna rate this out of 10. If I were to rate my efforts and outcome out of 10, I give this a solid 7.5. Better than average. Better than average. And I can't wait to like decorate this fully, style it with an outfit. Obviously the post will be on the gram once I style this baddie of a bag. And if I ever decide to make any new attempts of cleaning it, I'll let you guys know on my socials. And if I ever find a bag that I want to attempt to restore again, you guys know we'll do that adventure together as well. Major shout out to Uni again on TikTok. She makes like really successful types of video content like this on her TikTok, and I haven't checked. She might also have a YouTube or something. So if she were to see this, thank you, girl. This is so fun, and I kind of want to try it again. That is basically it for this video. We did the thing. If you liked this kind of video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts on how you think I did on this bag. Do you think that I could have tried harder? Do you think I should have used something else, like material-wise? If you have any recommendations, also let me know for these stubborn paint marks. And I will see you guys with another video. By the time you guys are watching this, I will be in Dallas seeing Twice, and best believe we'll have another vlog for ya. Yippee! Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye!